Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I am your host, Mayra Rath, and I'm here with Wendy, who's going to be bringing in Metatron again. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Myra. How are you?
Good, good. We've got some juicy questions today.
I love it. I don't have to answer those questions.
Yes. It's so funny. I usually sit and uh call him into my space and kind of review some of the questions that I'm putting out there. I remember there was a time that I just sort of did it naturally, and I remember him saying that he was picking up some of the questions. So I just thought I'd give him the courtesy of doing it again.
Yeah, awesome.
I know he hears me.
Oh yeah, he's always he's
Yes.
available for everybody, right? That's a great thing for everybody to remember.
Yes. So what do you have going on? I'm on your newsletter, and I was so bummed that I can't make the Sedona retreat that you're doing, because I have retreated with you, and it's really remarkable. So what do you have going on?
Well, we have the Sedona retreat in October. All of the information is on Metatron's Mystical Muse website. And then I'm teaching a brand new channeling class. Metatron has revamped our channeling teachings, and we're teaching something beginning September, Tuesday evenings in September, called The Heart and Soul of Channeling. And I'm really excited
Mm,
about that because it gets into clearing the oracle wounds and really goes to a deeper level of understanding channeling and feeling comfortable with channeling. So I'm excited
mm.
about that. So those are the two biggies right now.
I love that. That's wonderful. Yeah, and there's a lot of people, really needing retreats, really needing to unplug. So, if you've never been to Sedona, guys, go on Metatron's Mystical Muse and check it out.
It's called the Golden Gateway Retreat.
Oh,
The
I love that.
Golden Gateway is the door to your superconscious. So we're,
Nice.
we're picking it up a notch in Sedona, and we have a lot of really great excursions. We're going alien hunting on.
Yay!
It'll be during Halloween week, so we have some really cool stuff that we have.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that are exploring the CE5, at night in
Yeah,
really cool places,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm hearing a lot of good stuff about that.
Gonna be fun. Yeah.
Yes.
And we have our own
Wow.
private chef and just lots of nice touches. We're staying in a place that's gorgeous, has a pool, has a labyrinth, has a
Wow.
golf putting course.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, it sounds amazing.
yeah. I can hardly wait. It's been a while since I've been to Sedona, so I'm
Yeah.
excited to get back.
Good, good. Well, all right. You ready to bring him in?
I am ready to bring him in.
Okay.
Always ready to bring him in. He's not very far away. He's been pretty chatty lately, so
Okay.
I give you full authority to rein him in if need be.
Okay.
All right, I'll
See
see
you
you on.
later.
Yes, ma'am. Right. Good day to you, beloved one.
Good day, Metatron.
Good to see you.
Oh, good to hear from you. I'm
Wow.
excited for today.
Yes. Indeed, as we are, we're always excited, but the times that we get together mm, is unique and it brings forward some needed information. And
Always.
we are grateful to have this opportunity to do this with
Oh, thank you. I'm very grateful.
you. Mhm.
Mm. I have a very sweet message for you.
Ah, okay.
This is from a follower of the podcast. She was referring to our last channeled conversation with you, number 8. And she wrote, I loved this episode so much. I'm currently 8.5 months pregnant, and I've been listening to your podcast on my way into work in the mornings. Every time baby and I listen to an episode with Metatron, he starts to get crazy active and bounce all over the place in my belly. This one had him going crazy. It almost brings me to tears. Thank you so much for doing these, Tara.
Um, thank, thank you. Oh, ah, that is beautiful. Well, yeah, there you've got Metatron's baby, right? There's many of Metatron's babies upon the planet.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And it's, it's not just Metatron. The babies that are coming in are holding a different quality of light than
Mm,
ever. And so they will be aligned to Metatron and the angels and those higher vibrational beings. So
mhm.
welcome to the world, little one. Yes?
Yes, yes. Wishing you all the best, Tara.
Yes.
And thanks for listening. Metatron, could you give us, there's a lot going on. Could you give us a 2024 update? What do we
Yeah,
see coming in the next quadrant of this year?
lots of people hiding under their beds.
Yes.
There's a lot of confusion.
Mm,
There is the dissemination of lots of information that is untrue. And so what is happening is that it is creating an arena of polarity, right? It is creating uh, conflict, and it is creating a place where people don't know where to put their allegiance.
mm,
Okay. And so we're going to really ask that everyone let go of as much social media as possible, right? And we would like you to take some time and you take your different representatives for the presidential position and you put an image of them up on your screen and let everything else go and just spend some time gazing into their eyes. You're not going to be worried about what they stand for, what they say. You're just going to be looking into their souls. And that is going to help you, the individual, to use your discernment, which is going to unravel all the chaos. If everyone in your country would do that, things would be on a much higher level energetically, but it would also be less, mm, you know,
mm.
butting of that type of energy, the low vibrational frequency. And so look at each one of them and gaze and let your soul guide you, because really that is what is up over the next quadrant, as you call it. All right, where were we? So the next quadrant is about bringing the journey inward to the level of the soul, because that is really what is going to help humanity in their evolutionary process. And everyone is so used to looking outside of themselves for the answers that they negate their own instincts, their own intuition, and knowing.
Mm,
And so it is critical over the next 6 months that people stop giving their power away. And how do you give your power away? You give your power away to social media. You give your power away to other people's opinions. You give your power away when you allow yourself to be swayed to things that do not feel right to you. And
right.
so please, please, please begin to every day ask your soul, what is right for us,
Mm,
because what is right for you, beloved ones, is not necessarily right for your neighbor, and that's okay. That's okay. Let us be one and allow everyone to have their own opinions or understandings without feeling that we must separate and go in different directions. Because
mhm.
ultimately, the result is already done, right?
Yeah.
It's already done. So what you're doing is merely creating chaos in your own emotions.
Yeah. Some of it is just nonsense.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Hmm.
So come inside, right? Everybody wants to be outside in the summer, but take a moment to come inside each day, right?
Hmm.
And stop putting your faith in something or someone else.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
Great
going to be
reminder.
a big lesson for a lot of people,
Hmm.
right?
It is. It is. So many people are looking externally.
Yes, indeed,
And yeah, thank you so much for the reminder.
indeed.
Metatron, what is the nature of consciousness?
Well, how does one describe consciousness? Right? It is not something that you can see. It is something that you can sometimes feel, but it is what you are. You are divine consciousness. You were made from consciousness. You are the fabric of consciousness. Source is consciousness. Everything is and contains consciousness. It is the thread that connects everything. That
Mm,
is the picture of consciousness, right?
yeah.
There's nothing that is not part of the thread of consciousness. And so
Hmm.
on what a level that is different than the human perspective, and when we talk about oneness, that's what we mean, right? There is the thread of consciousness that runs through everything and everyone,
Hmm.
and it is not something that is necessarily tangible, but it is possible to elevate your personal consciousness
Okay.
through meditations, through spending time in nature, through your mindfulness, through your prayers. You can elevate your consciousness so that you are connecting at a different level, if that makes sense to you.
Very much.
So we hope that we have answered the nature of consciousness and assisted this individual. We would
Hmm.
I'd love to have been able to ask them what they believe the main consciousness to be, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, indeed.
So, speaking of consciousness, I think a good follow-up question is, and we've talked about connecting with our guides, being open, receptive, and listening. But how do they hear us, right? What is it about how I connect with my guides, but my children connect with their guides and only their guides? What is the medium that is used? How, like, if I just start talking, how do they hear us? Is it some sort of antenna?
Yeah.
What is it?
What a beautiful image. Uh, it's beautiful. So the understanding is that your guidance is there's nowhere else for us to go. We're there all the time. So a lot of the communication between you and your guidance takes place through frequency, right? Now, when you're speaking, you're sending out a vibrational frequency to your guidance, and in turn, they send the answer through a vibrational frequency. And so, really, energy is the currency in this exchange and this experience.
Hmm.
It is that there's always communication going on, always communion with spirit, with God, with guidance. Always. It is that you were created to receive every single bit of that. But most humans have such a density within the physical, mental, emotional bodies that it is difficult, right, to have the constant conscious communication with guidance source,
Hmm.
angelic realm. So that is, you know, that you speak a certain language, the person on the other side of the world speaks their own language,
Yeah.
and they still have their questions answered, and it sounds like it's in their language, but really it is not about language, it's about vibration.
Hmm.
And so the person there can get the same answer from Metatron as you, right?
Yes, yes.
Because it's all about the vibe.
Sure. Okay.
That
Thank you.
helpful?
Yes, it is.
Good.
Thank you. There is a follower that wrote in how much she is enjoying the podcast. She has her coworkers and family listening to the podcast, and she especially loves the episodes with Metatron. She has a question for you.
All right.
As a new Reiki practitioner, I've had a hard time explaining Reiki to people. She's getting better at it, but she would love to know your perspective of Reiki, how it works, and how it's helping people.
All right. And this would apply to all modalities, right? Reiki is a beautiful modality, and they're all beautiful modalities. And so we would call any type of energy healing, right? Reiki, chronic healing, whatever. We call it energy medicine.
I like that.
Energy medicine. And what it is that you are able to do, beloved one, is you are able to work with the physical body and the energy field to clear blocks,
Hmm.
to clear uh, challenges from the physical body. You're able to clear that. You're able to bring light into the body. You are able to raise the vibrational frequency of the body. You are able to co-create healing with another human being. These are all of the things that you do through your Reiki practice.
Mm,
How do you explain it to another? I'm a practitioner of energy medicine. I help the body heal.
mm. Yeah, keep it simple. But
That's
it
it.
is a powerful modality. I
Yes,
do it as well, and I have my regular clients too that come in. So I love that energy medicine.
yes,
Mm,
indeed. That is a great way to look at it. Yeah.
mm. I love that. Thank you.
And so often the healing arts are poo-pooed as
Yes.
something, well, as is channeling, uh, as something that is, frivolous and
Hmm.
has no substance. But the truth of the matter is that anytime you sit down with the intention of healing, which is what you're doing with Reiki or any of the other modalities, there is an intention for healing.
Hmm.
No matter what the session looks like, no matter how the individual thinks it goes, something always happens, right? And so understanding energy as medicine, right, begins to bring some normalcy. How do you say the word? Normalness
Yes, yes.
into those things that are um, not not normally understood.
Hmm.
We'll just put it that way. So keep
Yes.
keep up the good work, beautiful Reiki master. Continue your journey. It only gets better.
Hmm. It certainly does.
Yes.
I often tell people that, well, let's just say, mm, you know, women primarily are very much into having their hair done, their nails, their pedicures. Everything is external, everything's on the outside. We want to look good, but what are we doing for the inside, right? And this is where Reiki is an extremely powerful tool. We live in, such it's a lot of energy, a lot of negativity and evil even around us, and even the people you work with, your environment, all of that could be just hanging on your field. And
Yes.
so by having a regular, appointment with your Reiki practitioner is moving that out. You're going to feel lighter, feel better. It's really, really important.
Absolutely. You'll feel more grounded. You'll have
Mhm.
more clarity. You'll feel more connected. And we would like to remind all of the practitioners to remember to get work done themselves because
Yes.
you're busy giving to others.
Mm.
Please don't forget to lay yourself down on someone's table so that you can receive as well. It's
Mhm.
important. It's
It sure
important.
is.
Yes, indeed.
So, Metatron, you're aware of the work that I do, helping people to recall their past lives, learn about their multidimensional realities. But I often get criticized. There's people out there, especially on social media. Why would I want to do that? This is silly. Some obviously don't believe in it, and others say, "Who wants to focus on the past?" Right? Can
Mhm.
you speak? I'd love to know your thoughts about the benefits of the work that I do.
Yes, yes. So, everyone, some of those reoccurring patterns in your life.
Yes.
Sometimes those things that you don't want to look at, or those things that keep coming up and they're painful, and you don't quite know how to handle them.
Yeah.
A lot of those patterns were established in past lifetimes.
Hmm.
And the work that you do, Mara, right? The the work that you do actually goes in and helps to shift and clear those patterns by bringing healing
Mhm.
into those lifetimes. And what that does is when you change it there, things change here,
Mhm.
right? And so that is one of the most important work for the hypnotherapy and those things that you offer, is that you're healing it there and it's showing up here. Sometimes
Mhm.
when you are in past life experiences and there's patterns, they are familial patterns, they are family patterns,
Yes.
toxic things, right?
Mhm.
And when you go back and you heal it there, you heal it for your lineage, you heal it for your whole family.
Mm.
So these are reasons that you would do this work. It's deep
Mhm.
work. It's work that uncovers places within you
Mhm.
that have experienced trauma. And when you are able to heal and release the trauma, you live a different life. You are no longer at the effect of the triggers of your trauma. These are all the reasons to go work
Mhm.
with Myra.
Yes, yes, that is.
And people don't understand this.
Mhm.
Some people think it's silly, some people don't believe in it, but you know what? Those
Mhm.
aren't your people.
That's
A
right.
whole bunch of
Mhm.
people, it's kind of like, so what? They'll find what they need to find, right? Please
Mhm.
don't. And this is something that we would like to say to everyone today, to every light worker, to every one of you that are doing your best to hold the light. There is a tendency at this time for people to vomit negativity.
Oh, yeah.
They place it upon your Facebook pages. They place it in messages. They are vomiting lower vibrational frequencies. Please
Mm.
do not let that impact you,
Mhm.
because it will then lower your frequency. Somebody doesn't like what you do, God bless you. Next, right? Somebody calls you out on Facebook, God bless you.
Mhm.
Next. You don't have to block them if you don't want to. You can just say, yeah, thanks and no thanks, right?
Mhm.
This is important because why? Because all of these voices, all of this negativity that's being spewed is distracting to your path, is distracting to your journey. It prevents you from moving forward freely and doing Spirit's work. It
Mhm.
makes you afraid to be seen and heard.
Yes,
So
it does.
please, when they are typing those mean and nasty things, bless them, set it aside. It has nothing to do with you.
Mhm.
Nothing to do with you. It is their own negativity.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it is done with intention. They intentionally try to hurt you or bring your energy down or make you doubt yourself.
Boy, I needed to hear that today.
They're,
I
they're
don't know
not,
why I've felt very triggered lately from some of this stuff. And normally I don't even pay attention, but it's been hurting lately.
yes. And what you have to recognize is they're intentionally trying to hurt,
Hmm.
and they are not what is light. They are working
Right.
for the shadow, they are working for the dark.
Mm.
And so you wouldn't let you know, lower vibrational frequency into your space, into your home, you clean it out, right? You kick it
Right.
out. Do the same with your social media.
Mm-hmm.
That intentionality behind it is to keep you small. And there are those upon the planet that would like to keep you small.
Mm-hmm.
It's a,
Interesting.
it's a different conversation because it sounds very much like conspiracy theory. And so perhaps the next time we come together, we can talk a little bit about the organizations that are intentionally sending energies to the light workers,
Mm-hmm.
through social media and other ways as well. So when you see it, know it for what it is and say, ah,
There it
good,
is. Mm-hmm.
good try. Good try, dude, right? All right.
Wow. Okay.
It's not,
Yeah.
it is nothing that you have or have not done.
Mm-hmm.
Many light workers these days are being targeted.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people just in general are being targeted, but light
Sure.
workers in particular to keep you small, to keep you uh hiding your light because you are afraid to be seen on her.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from hearing you say that.
We hope so. That's
Mm.
always our goal.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
When you can call it what it is, it has no power over you.
Sure. Yes, thank you.
Indeed.
All right. So this next question, I know the answer because you've been my teacher for
Mm.
many, many years. But a follower would like to know, is the Jesus soul incarnated here on earth or any other realm?
Oh, all of them. Yes, absolutely.
Mm,
And and the what you would call the Jesus soul, right, incarnates lifetime after lifetime after lifetime in not just one individual body, but in many. So there are many on the planet at this time that are holding what you would call the Jesus soul, right?
mhm,
That is a little bit different than the the Christ principle that everyone is really working on birthing right now. Your own divine Christ principle. This is
mhm,
actually the soul, right? Of
mhm,
and he's constantly, generation after generation after generation, you know, coming into the body.
mm,
He and the Magdalene move through the cosmos constantly. It's not just here on this beautiful planet, but everywhere. And it's about the vibration. It is about the teachings. It is about the anchoring of that divine agape love frequency. And so when times are tough, you'll find out that there's more Jesus soul on the planet, if that
mm,
makes any sense to you.
mhm.
And people think of a soul as only being able to inhabit one body, but one soul can inhabit many, many.
Many.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And so, yes, yeah, the answer is yes.
Okay. I love that. Thank you.
We hope that that is comforting to that individual. And we
Yeah.
will say that that individual that asked that question has actually been in the presence of one who is holding, anchoring that soul.
Wow.
So now they're going to have to try to figure out who it was.
Well, I hope they're listening today. So,
Indeed, indeed.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Mhm.
Can you give us an example of what it would be like for someone like Hitler or Osama bin Laden to transition and look back at the destruction? Do they? I mean,
Yeah.
what would that process kind of look like?
All right. Well, we're going to disappoint some people, right?
Oh gosh, okay. Yeah.
All right.
There's
So
no punishment, I know, because yeah.
let's just take Hitler because there's been so, so many, everybody knows about Hitler, right? But when Hitler dropped the physical body, he was taken back to the heart of source. And you have to understand that he came to fulfill soul agreements.
Hmm.
And that is difficult because we think of soul agreements as loving and
Yeah.
light. And sometimes soul agreements are that you're coming to be the catalyst of change. You're coming to be something that is so abhorrent that it changes the face of the planet.
Mhm.
And so when that soul looks back, right, they see which of the soul contracts they completed and which are yet to be complete. And
Mhm.
that soul will come back different lifetimes to complete those pieces that are not complete. Is a soul ever bad? No, a soul is a soul. A soul is
Mhm.
a piece of God, right? And so they don't go to any place to be punished, to be hurt like they've hurt, because that's not the way it works.
Mhm. Mhm.
Everybody goes home. Everybody
Yes.
is welcomed back into the embrace of God. There is not the separation of heaven and hell. That is one of the dualities that is,
Mm.
you know, taught upon this planet. But when you think of oneness, when you think of unity, how can there be duality after death, right?
Mhm.
It's only, there's only one place to go.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
And hopefully that will be comforting to some people because
Mhm.
people get into situations and things happen and then they feel like they would never be able to go to heaven, right?
That's right.
But the truth is that you will go home. There's
Mhm.
no else to go.
Mhm.
Nowhere else to go.
Thank you.
And we might have some Facebook people, for us for that one, right? But you know what? Hey,
Sure.
if somebody wants to believe in hell, please do.
Mhm. Yeah.
When they die, they'll get to experience the truth.
Of what they think, correct? So if they believe in it, is that,
Oh,
oh, got it. Okay, okay. Then why is it that there have been people that have had near-death experiences and experienced something very, very dark and fiery? And why is that?
well, how do we say this without being offensive? Sometimes
Mm.
people have experiences of near death, and then sometimes people tell stories that are not true.
Mm.
And so people that, some people that say, oh, well, it was fiery, mm,
Mhm.
we that information is suspect, right?
Okay, okay. Hmm. Interesting.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Indeed.
All right. Um, follower question. What Wait. Uh, sorry, which one? Oh, what is the purpose of human emotions?
Hmm. Hmm. Well, it's the big gift in being human.
Hmm.
You get to experience life because you have emotions. If you didn't have emotions, you would be like an empty shell, robotic in nature, just moving through life very empty, right?
Hmm.
And you will note that there are some uh, emotional disorders, or what they sometimes call mental disorders, right? That eliminates emotion within the individual. They live, uh, they don't care for anything. Nothing is hot, nothing is cold. It it is very, very empty. It is very, very lonely,
Mm-hmm.
right? So your emotions are what is the fabric of your life. You were created to receive an emotion, to feel an emotion, and then to release it and let it go. It is something that compels you in different directions in your life, right? Sometimes something happens, you have big emotion, and it changes the whole trajectory of your life,
Hmm.
right? And so emotions are also communicators,
Hmm.
right? You communicate by emotion, even if you don't speak, right? Emotion is communicated through each and every one of you every day.
Hmm.
And so it really is the gift of being on this planet, in this dimension, because things look very different in other places, right? You, this is like it, emotions are often thought of not in the positive,
Right.
but the truth of the matter is that all emotions
Hmm. Yeah.
are positive, whether it be a hard emotion like grief, or
Hmm.
what you think of as a light emotion like bliss, joy, right?
Hmm.
All serve a purpose. They all help you evolve. Right?
Yes. And I can't tell you how many over the years, how many clients are in a sort of a soul state in between lives in a session, and they're looking down at Earth and they're curious. And I ask, well, what makes you curious about it? What's interesting to you down there? And every single one said, there's emotions down there. Like I want to feel things. I want to experience what I think it would be fun. There's a lot going down. And it's so interesting how they've all had that same answer and they desire it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. Yeah, this is the good place to come for a lot of experience, right?
Yes.
It's not always easy. It really can be so painful. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we have compassion for that pain, but when you can take a step back from that which hurts and observe it a little bit instead of being right in the middle of it, you can see how it changes you. You can see how it let us say, and this is also going to be hard for people to hear, it becomes an ally. Your grief becomes an ally.
Yes,
There's
yes.
there's many things that are born out of grief. So, you know, there are just different ways to look at it. Right?
Mhm. Thank you.
Indeed.
Metatron, I would love for you to guide the followers today through maybe a healing meditation. Let us feel you,
Okay.
right?
All
I'd
right.
love to, whoever wants to
Yeah.
really spend time, close your eyes and feel your presence. And yeah, let's do that.
All right. So anyone who would like to receive, please just go ahead and give an internal yes. And if you've reached this point and you prefer not to receive, it's all right. Just imagine that you take a step away. For those of you who are joining us, please close your eyes and just take a very nice deep breath. Release and relax your body. And just take a moment to become aware of your physicality. Where does your back touch the chair? Where does your bottom touch the seat? How do your elbows feel upon the arms of the chair? How do the clothes feel upon your body? How does the hair feel upon your head? Just feel the body. There's any point in your body that is uncomfortable, in pain, experiencing dis-ease, just take a moment to connect with that part of yourself. Your body is conscious. So we would like you to take a moment, put your hand upon the part of the body that calls to you, and then just internally say hello. Hello, belly. Hello, neck. Hello, knee. And notice what happens. It is, it is as if the body rises up to meet you. Excellent. Now, if there's any area within the body that is calling for assistance, or if you would just like to experience healing energy, we're going to ask you to imagine that Metatron steps right up behind you, and we will place our hands upon your shoulders. If you don't feel us, it's okay, we're still there. Just imagine us. Imagine that you feel the pressure. You feel it tingling either on your shoulders or the back of your head. And imagine that we remove our hands, and you'll notice that your shoulders feel different. And we are going to reach around and embrace you from the back and just hold you for a moment and rock you. Let your belly be loose. Let your breathing be slow and deep. Just allow yourself to be held. Now we're going to pull you into us like you are entering a cave. We are pulling you inside that which is Metatron. You are safe. We promise you are safe. Just allow yourself to rest inside of our frequency. Imagine us holding your body. Imagine us going to those places in your physicality that are calling for help. Heal us. Fill those spaces with light. If it is the emotions that are needing Metatron, imagine that we sink into your heart, bring all of the love and the compassion, the light, the support that we have to offer into your heart. And releasing that which is being held that no longer serves you, whatever that is. Began to feel us filling the entirety of your physical body, your energy body with soul source light. Imagine that you and Metatron are one. Imagine that you are Metatron. Imagine that you are whole and healed and balanced. Take a deep breath. And just release anything that feels like it doesn't belong within you anymore. Release what is inside that just doesn't fit. Allow us to take that and return it to source. Take a beautiful deep breath, and as you release, imagine that Metatron releases you from inside of Metatron. Another deep breath and release as we release our embrace. One more burst of love from us. And we will take a step back. When you are feeling complete, please take a nice deep breath. Wiggle your toes and open your eyes. And bring yourself fully back present. Beautiful.
Mm.
What do
That
you know?
was, it felt as if, I mean, I definitely felt you
Mhm.
all around. It's like I was slipping into a glove, like we were, that's what it felt like to me.
Beautiful.
Hmm.
Would love if some others would share what they felt during the exercise. So,
Hmm.
some point in time, we hope that they will let us know, because there are those that will listen to this and do this meditation, and they will have deep experience of
Hmm.
healing.
Mm. Thank you. That was beautiful. I'm sure it's going to ripple out just beautifully. Thank you.
Well, my pleasure.
All right. How about some final advice for you until next time?
Our advice this time is to use your voice for healing. And we don't mean how you talk to someone, but take some time to use your voice as a healing instrument by singing,
Hmm.
by toning, by chanting, by bringing through light language. And we would say that over the next month, the energy of this is going to be very important upon the planet and in your own personal lives. So please, if you feel that you can only do it in the shower, then so be it. If you feel that you've got to hide, it's not about a beautiful voice. It is about just bringing forward the vibrations of
Hmm.
who you are. And if you want to set an intention with that toning, with that chanting, with that light language, then please set the intention for the highest degree of love upon this planet.
Mm, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that will
Mm.
be some good work that you do. Mhm.
Thank you so much, Metatron, for today.
You're
Mhm.
so welcome. Are you feeling that we are complete?
We are complete.
Right. Then we will say namaste until next time, beloved one. Mm.
Namaste, Metatron. Welcome back.
You. He's anchoring in the body in a very different way these days.
You see.
And when I go to release, or it's like it's almost like I can't disconnect from the energy. And,
Mm,
and so he zaps me with a yawn. It's like, and it's like the yawn creates enough of a shift that he just goes and then slips out. So,
interesting.
yeah,
Well, welcome back. That was really beautiful. He took us through a wonderful meditation, a healing journey.
awesome.
Yeah, it was
Great.
really nice. Really, really nice.
Good, good. Get everybody juicy for the weekend, right?
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy, for this time. I
I
so
always
appreciate your friendship and this time together.
thank you. Me too.
All right, until next time. Bye, everybody.